Looks like I picked a bad day to do my running around today. But at least the roads will be plowed. It's weather like this that makes me and Mrs. Zuper think about taking our first cruise. Now, as this being our first cruise, we have no idea what to expect, what to do, how to do it, so we're just going to wing it. We'd like to do a cruise. We're thinking about March, April, but from what we're seeing, it's like, you know, that's spring break time, and we don't really want to share the boat on our first cruise with a whole bunch of young spring break people. Love them, great, they have a lot of energy and everything, but we kind of really just want to relax. So if you have any ideas about cruises and what to do and how to do it, comment below, that'd be great. But as you can see, we had a bunch of snowfall last night, and I'm lucky that they plowed the roads early. So that's really cool. That's pretty rare out in my neck of the woods. But on the way up here, I had a lady kind of spinning out, coming towards me, and she kind of spun out a little bit. Gave me that like little cold prickly feeling in my hands for a second there. A little freaky. But nobody off the side of the road today. That's good. So what else we got going on? Oh, dirt bikes. Still looking. Haven't really found what I need. Not sure if I'm going to buy 2 dirt bikes, if I'm going to buy 4. Haven't figured that out yet. Definitely starting to get ready to go get some lumber to build my snake rack and get my ball python breeding deal off the ground. I can't wait. It's going to be so cool. There is a reptile show March 18th and 19th in Chicago in Tinkley Park. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, forgive me. But that's something that we're really looking forward to. I'm going to bring you all along with that. It'll be really cool. And I'm going to be ordering me at least for sure pretty soon a male. I found a male Mojave bumblebee that I would really like to purchase that is a breeding size male for my lesser platinum ball. I'm kind of hoping that he's still around when I have actually all the finances together to do it. The list of things that those two can produce is insane. I believe 4 of them are different leucistics, white snakes, which are really cool. But we don't care if we just get a clutch full of normals. I just love ball pythons. I asked a friend of mine who is a really awesome artist. She was like a sister of mine growing up. I actually had my own dresser in their house. I mean, I stayed there so much. And we kind of fell out of touch for about 15, 16 years. Probably my fault too, you know, mostly, but I've been back in touch with her. Her and her husband are just amazing artists. I mean, they do some really, really cool works. And I asked her if it wasn't too much of a problem if she could get me up a couple logos, for one for my Going Uper channel and one for a channel that I plan on starting soon, which is going to be Fitz Family Constrictors. And she's totally down with it, which is really cool, because most artists of her level, you know, they would probably look down at that, but she didn't at all. She just was really awesome about it. She was like, hey, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it, you know, or give me some time. She has a lot of stuff going on right now. I told her to take all the time in the world. I mean, if I can get an artist like that to do my logos, I mean, I'm not going to complain about time for sure. And also, I'm not in no big giant hurry. I do want to better my channel. I want to get better at editing my videos. I have to really look into different editing programs. When I first started the channel, that's not even something that I really wanted to get into. I didn't really want to have to do a bunch of editing. I just kind of wanted to make some videos and put them out there. You know, you get it as it happens. But I found that if you really want to get people interested in your channel, you really need to get fancy with artwork and editing, and so I'll be working on an intro. I'm not really sure even how to do it, but I'll figure it out. You got to put in the time if you want something to be good. Uh-oh, big truck, big truck. I'll slow down and move over. Stay on the road, buddy. These big log trucks always pick the crappiest days to do all their running around, because all of them are overweight, well overweight. They know that they would be fined if the roads were nice and state troopers were out and about like they usually are. So they pick days like this to start hauling all this overloaded lumber all over the place. Not a fan of theirs, if you can't tell. My road is totally destroyed by log trucks. I mean, just potholes everywhere, and the county comes in and they fill the little potholes with some crappy stuff that barely works, lasts until the first rain or the first snow, and then it all comes right back out of there. If it was up to me, the logging companies should be paying for new roads, but that's not how it works around here, and probably because everybody's related to everybody else. So the guy that owns the logging company is related to the people on the board at the county. So, you know, that's just my guess, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. But you take it as it comes. So the roads are definitely not the best. I've seen them a lot worse. So I'm glad I'm safely making it down here. But I can't wait to share the things coming up. I'm still getting prepared and getting things ready, and I got a lot of plans in the works. Nothing that I can actually put on video yet. Within the next week or two, I have some pretty extensive, what the heck is that? Pretty extensive dental work that's going to be happening here. Many years ago, I broke my jaw. I went to what they call a Guavaween. It's in Ybor City, Tampa, around Halloween, which is right around my birthday. And one of the weekends actually fell on my birthday, and I went to Guavaween and having a blast. It's like Mardi Gras, but in a smaller area and probably just as many people, so it's really packed. You're shoulder to shoulder the whole time. Well, I went into a bar, and I do not drink, but on this day, I think it was my 22nd birthday. Was it my 22nd? Yes, it was my 22nd birthday. And I went with some friends, and they all convinced me, have a couple shots, it's your birthday. Went into the first place, they found out it was my birthday, and I don't even know how many drinks I had. I mean, I had shot after shot. I should have only had a few. I'm not the kind of person that can drink a lot and then I get sick. I'm just the kind of person that drinks a lot and have a real hard time making good decisions, I guess. But after those drinks, I went outside, and one of the people I was with got shouldered by bunch of guys dressed up like monks, and they shouldered her pretty good, and I was like, hey man, you need to watch where you're going. And next thing I know, I had like 5 or 6 of these monks swinging on me, and I only got one good shot, which happened to be on my jaw. The rest I covered up good. By the time an opening happened and I went to make my move, they were already gone, and there's a cop standing there. He's like, you alright? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. He's like, wow, had a lot of guys hitting on you. I go, yeah, they only got me once. The rest of them were just kind of, you know, blocked and shrugged off, you know, no big deal. And he's like, there's some big guys, you gotta be careful out here. I was like, yeah, I guess so. So I ended up going back to the hotel. But when I woke up in the morning, my face was swollen like I've never seen it. I looked like the Elephant Man. It was freaked me out. Woke up a little bit sore. I was like, oh, that's kind of sore. I looked in the mirror and I almost puked just from seeing it. It was insane. So I went back home down in Port Charlotte, about an hour-and-a-half drive, and went to the emergency room. Sure enough, it was broken. They sent me over to a specialist, which I got in right away right after that. Specialist took care of me, wired me up, gave me a prescription, and then I went over there and dropped this prescription off right after I left there. And when I dropped the prescription off, I knew that the sheriff's office had some papers they wanted me to take a look at, which wasn't too surprising, as I was going through kind of a icky divorce, and I was trying to get some of my belongings from the house and having problems with the ex, which I don't have anymore, thank God, 20-something years later. And when I went over there, they said that I had an unpaid fine, parking fine, and they brought me into jail. So now my prescription's sitting in the drugstore. They're bringing me off to jail for a ticket that I know that I paid, but of course you don't just carry that proof on you in your wallet as you're going around town. So I had to wait in the jail overnight with a broken jaw, all swollen up, no pain pills, which I'm not big on pills as it is. I'm an Advil guy. It's about all I take, but at that time they really recommended I take something a little bit more than Advil because it was very painful. Wasn't able to take it because I dropped it off and went over to pick up these so-called papers. And by the next, sat in jail overnight. I told the people, don't even bother bailing me out. They should figure this out within a few hours that it was paid. They didn't. By the time the morning came around, I was going to go see the judge. Right before they let me out of the cell to go do that, I had an attorney come and say, hey, look, we're really sorry. We found your receipt. You did pay the ticket. You can go home. But that night, they put me in a drunk tank with a bunch of drunks. And there was no room to like lay down anywhere. There's no beds or anything in there, just a couple concrete block benches on the sides, and they were totally filled with people sleeping. So I had to like curl up on the floor. It was horrible. But anyway, they let me out in the morning, went home. Oh, forgot. The nurse at the jail tried to give me an ibuprofen 800, big giant horse pill. Now, I don't know if you guys know about ibuprofens and broken jaws that are wired shut, but there's no way you're going to stick that pill in your mouth. It just is not going to happen. And sure enough, that's what they tried to give me. I'm going to drive past my house real quick. I just want to see if they plowed the other road down here. But, so that was a little bit crazy. I kind of got into an argument with them. They treated me like crap, like I was some sort of criminal, which I wasn't. And I finally went home. That was a crazy deal. A horrible time. So, don't lip off to a bunch of frat guys that play for the university in Tampa when you're at a place like Wabaween and been drinking. So that's my lesson to you. Alright. Wow, this weather is horrible. So, I gotta go to the dentist anyway and have them do some x-rays because I've been kind of having a problem with that jaw lately, so I don't know what they're gonna do after that appointment on the 2nd, or know whether I can really book a cruise for March, April sometime, maybe even May, and if I'll be healed up by then. And I don't know how this is gonna affect my videos. I'm still gonna try and put some stuff out there. This past weekend I tried to go do a video about the polar plunge, which is like the polar bear plunge, where a bunch of crazy people in the UP jump in the freezing cold water of Lake Michigan. And there were some outhouse races. I think they call it the potty trot. I'm not really sure. But by the time I got down there, the potty trot thing was already over. There was only 4 people that entered it, and it didn't look like there was a whole lot of people that were going to be doing the polar plunge. There was maybe a total of 50 total people there. Most of them were people that worked there. So we ended up not being able to stay. One of my kids wasn't feeling too well, and we ended up stopping by the Honda shop before we went down there and checked out a dirt bike for my one son Liam. I did make a few videos of that. Nothing with people jumping in the freezing cold water, but I'd probably add them in or make a video about it soon. I hope to post this video that I'm making right now. Sorry, it's a little bit boring. I really do have plans for some really good videos coming up, so stay tuned, stay with me. I'm going to have some really cool stuff happening. All summer long is going to be full of action. We're going to be doing a lot of dirt bike riding. I've done some motocross racing in my past. Now, granted, it was 20 years ago. I still like to ride. Probably won't ride as hard as I used to, but I'm sure I'll still be having a good time, maybe a little bit better time than I should. But also, my 2 youngest boys have done very little dirt bike riding, so this is going to be a pretty cool experience for them. My oldest son as well, he's done a little bit of dirt bike riding, but he definitely wants a dirt bike. I was trying to talk him into getting 4-wheelers, something they can kind of relax on and have a little bit more of a relaxing time, but they all want dirt bikes, so that's what we're going to do. And going to be doing a lot of stuff, like I said, with ball python breeding and going to the reptile show, and we're going to be taking a cruise, and there's just going to be so much stuff coming up. I can't wait. I wish it was tomorrow that this stuff was starting, because I really can't wait to put out some really good videos for y'all. I really thank everybody for watching my videos. If you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Can't wait to put the new content out. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all. See you. Bye.